Hey, so when was the last time y'all read a book? Cause it's been a while for me. Okay, that was like low-key a lie. I recently have read The Long Walk by Stephen King, if any of y'all are into books like that. But I don't know, I wouldn't call myself a reader or anything, but I have dabbled in literature from time to time. Literature is a strong word for what I read. Are y'all like into book talk? Because it's weird over there, let me tell you that. So today we're gonna be talking about not exactly book talk, but musicians that pander to book talk. Because it's a really strange phenomenon that I've been seeing over the past like month or so, maybe 2 months, I don't know, but I think it is worth talking about because it's really strange to me, honestly. It's kind of degrading. Before we get into that though, let's get to know each other first. Hi, welcome to my channel. This is where I talk about music and music related things. I like to talk about albums, artists, events, and observations I see happening in the music world around me. So if that is something that you seem to be into, you are welcome to like, subscribe, and stick around for a little while. Be sure to hit the notification bell while you're down there if you want to be the first to know every single time I post, and let me know down in the comments below what brought you to this video specifically. I'm just a curious, nosy little girl who loves to know things. Now that all that's out of the way, let's get into the video. So this is something that I've seen mainly happen a lot with alt bands. Kind of these more like hardcore metal bands. Not exactly metal, but like hardcore. That's really the only word I can use to describe them because it differs a lot from band to band. They're kind of like punk pop, punk rock-ish, some of them. But the two main things that I want to talk about today is the album Even in Arcadia by Sleep Token, which came out recently like last month. And then this TikTok that someone sent me, which kind of started this whole spiral and this everything. So I'm gonna play the TikTok right now so you guys know what I'm talking about so I don't sound schizophrenic. Okay, beautiful, we've all watched the TikTok. Now we're all caught up to speed. The thing is, this is a really good band, right? Like they're a good band, they make good music as it is. Why are they pandering to these book talk people? And okay, let's start off with this. What is book talk? Great question, headphone emoji. Thank you for asking. Thank you. I know this is an amazing question that some of you might have. Book talk is the book side of TikTok. It's where people talk about books. But it's this weird like fan fiction-y type of book, which honestly should have stayed on Wattpad, but has somehow made its way to print and into bookstores today. How has that happened? Why has that happened? How can I get my fan fiction to be published? I would love to know all of these details because it concerns me and intrigues me. Smut books have been around for years, decades, millennia probably. People have been reading vampire romances since the Gothic ages. But the internet makes things very widespread very quickly. That's what the internet does. It's the World Wide Web. The thing is, these books aren't good. I will just come out and say it. The books are not good. Some of them, yes, they are. Some of them are great. Some of them are beautifully written. Some of them are dog shit. Like, damn, y'all read that? Like, wow. No judgment, no judgment. Sometimes I do need like a mind-numbing book, but it's this whole thing that we saw a couple months ago with biker people who were pandering to book talk again, because these book talk readers, let me tell you, they are Horney. That's not right. They're Horny. I can spell. I graduated 2nd grade. That's not the point of this video. What I'm saying is people have very specific tropes in their head, readers, that they want acted out in real life. And now these band people are trying to act them out or put it into their music, and it's honestly kind of weird. Because some things should just stay written, in my opinion. Like, can you imagine 5 years from now someone being like, oh, I found this band off of Book Talk? What? What? It reminds me of how recently I've noticed this because I saw somebody post about this on Twitter, but books have started having playlists at the beginning of their books. The first page of their book is like a list of songs that you should listen to while reading the book or thinking about the book, which, first of all, how do y'all listen to songs and read a book at the same time? Me personally, I need to listen to an audiobook while I read an actual book so that I can stay focused. Otherwise, my mind starts wandering. I can't imagine listening to music while reading. But is this like weird desperation that I've noticed between a lot of bands, especially these punk punkish kind of bands where they pander a lot to this younger female audience, which not like that, but this younger female audience of readers who are really horny for something. And it reminded me a lot of when Even in Arcadia came out by Sleep Token. Of course, if you haven't listened to the album. If you haven't listened to Sleep Token before, no worries, neither had I before Even in Arcadia. Actually, I listened to them a little bit, but like, I didn't like fully register that Sleep Token is just like a song in my playlist, you know? Not important, sorry. Wow, I love to rant. Mixed reviews on the album, Even in Arcadia. I keep on saying the name of the album, I don't know why. Some people said it's good. Those were the Sleep Token fans. Everyone else? I mean, personally, I thought it was alright. It's not incredible, but it's not bad. And as someone who had never listened to Sleep Token before, I kind of just assumed that all of their music sounds like this. If you look at who Sleep Token is and you listen to their music, it doesn't exactly add up. And then I saw on Twitter people talking about the music. Mainly, I saw these like metal girlies talking about their music, and they're like, oh my god, this song is so good, it makes me want to fuck my husband, which is like, whoa. And mind you, these women are like above the age of 20. You're too old to be doing all that. You are way too old to be doing all that. And you wanna to Sleep Token? I feel like there's this very strange phenomenon of artists who try to make their songs sound like hot just because they have a deep voice. And I feel like a lot of people kind of project that onto the lead singer of Sleep Token specifically because he's like a masked person. So people feel that they can project anything they want onto him, any desires that they have, any fantasies that they have, and then they listen to these hot songs and they're like, oh my god, Sleep Token is so hot. Okay. Inside thoughts. I'm not saying that you can't call your favorite artist hot, okay? That's not at all what I'm saying. That's not at all what I'm alluding to. That is not what this video is about. This video is about artists that pander to this type of audience because that's what I think is weird. From my understanding, a lot of the fans of this kind of music are on the relatively younger side. They're gonna have their moments where they think a song is so hot or they think an artist is so hot because their voice is so deep. And then you actually hear the song and it's like, oh my god, I wanna have sex so bad. Like, what? And the lyricism is like mid at best. And the song sounds like 50 other songs you've probably already heard. It's like such a mess. And it makes me honestly just look at the artist and be like, are you okay? Are you really comfortable with this being the way that you are making money by pandering to little teenage girls and early 20-year-olds? That's low. You can do better than that. As an artist, I feel like you have the ability to write about anything you could possibly want. You know, like, do you guys understand what I'm saying when I say that it's kind of weird for artists to do that? When I feel like as an artist, it is part of your responsibility to push out, not exactly certain messages, because I don't want to say that you can only sing about this, this, and this. You could sing about whatever you want, whenever you want. You can make whatever kind of music you want. If some people mess with it, they mess with it. If some people don't, they don't. It's fine. But when you have the ability to make such beautiful songs, like, I don't know if you guys have heard the previous Sleep Token album, because I hadn't until after I listened to Even in Arcadia. But that was some good stuff. Like, that was like genuinely some good writing. That was some good lyricism. Let me pull up a Sleep Token lyric. Okay, so the lyric that everybody was tweaking out over in the new Sleep Token album is from the song Provider. The first lyric goes, I wanna be a provider, garner you with silk like a spider. Which is not that bad of a lyric, honestly. Like, it's alright. But people were like, wow, this is the greatest lyric ever written. This was really so hot. It makes me feel something inside of my, you know. Did it really? Did it really? Like, let's be so honest. Maybe it was just his voice, okay? He has a nice voice. I will say that. But I think some of y'all are taking it a little too far. I'm gonna be so honest, I did not know how to end this script because my thoughts kept on going and going, but in reality, they were just looping in a cycle of just, it's kind of weird for artists to be making this kind of music, and it's kind of weird for people to have this reaction to just deep voices. And I think that there is some sort of deeper allusions to this, talking about how, I actually don't know, it's 4 a.m. I just needed a good yap about something, and this has been on my mind for a couple weeks now. So let me know if y'all had more thoughts on this, because clearly I can't finish my thoughts. Maybe one of you guys can for me, but aside from that, that's gonna be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I hope you guys like my background. I know it's different. I'm at home. Do you guys like my posters? Look, it's Hello Kitty. Wow. If we couldn't tell, I'm really tired. I have to go. Bye.